This is Zach here with BEG Wrestling, reporting live from the World Championships here in Rome, Italy, folks. Rome, Italy, where the World Championships of Wrestling. Go ahead. Don't mind us. We're just reporting live. World Championships of Wrestling. This is where they always happen. Always happen in the history of the world. In the Coliseum, folks. That's right. 2023 World Championships of Wrestling. What? Serbia. I saw Gable Stevenson. But I saw Gable Stevenson walk by. Serbia. We're in the wrong place. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, folks. Welcome back to BEG Wrestling.
Yeah.
We are here. This is Zach, and that's Wayne.
Back to back.
Back to
freedom. Back to back.
All right.
We own the world, Zach. We own the world.
That's right. World champions.
World champions.
United States of America.
World
flexing
champions.
on them. We're flexing on the world. We're not in the Coliseum, but we're winning worlds.
All my life. Oh, the Russians. Ooh, the Russians. Ooh, Iran. Ooh, over here. Ooh, over there. No more.
It's
us. It's us.
Yeah, and we couldn't technically count the Russian points, but we counted the Russian points.
Yeah,
and it was not close.
It's sort of like
not close.
Like the soccer.
We're recapping.
We're not keeping score. Everybody there is keeping score.
Everyone's keeping score.
Everyone's keeping score. Come on,
dude. Get out of here with that. We're talking wrestling. We're talking that. We're talking David Taylor. Big post-match comments.
Oh.
Nelson Brand making some interesting posts. Some Ben Kueter lightning round. A lot of comments review. We had a lot of comments review. It's been a couple weeks.
Yes.
It's been a couple weeks, so we have a lot to talk about.
Well, that's because you run off.
Well, yeah. Quite an experience.
What the world?
Quite an experience.
Went to Rome?
Let me tell you this though. We have quite a few Italian subscribers now, folks. We might have to give you an update on these Italian wrestlers. Okay?
God.
That's what they were asking me for.
I mean, we're here trying to do a podcast. You're running off to Rome. Why don't we just...
I got one piece of advice. Well, here's what I'll tell you real quick. Italy is very small, very jammed up, very tight. And, man, I love America.
Freedom!
I love the free world and space and burgers. And steaks, dude. All right, let's move on. Subscriber of the week, folks. It was Doubler. Great job, fellas. Can't wait to hear Wayne pronounce the world team wrestlers' last names during the next podcast. They need subtitles. Okay. We are prepared for subtitles.
Dude, I watched all them matches. Them announcers that are giving them names. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys... By the way, let's just get one thing straight. I was in speech classes the whole way through elementary school. That's true, Zach. They said, I was so embarrassed. Wayne Beaver, please report to speech class. Yeah. All the other kids.
Wow. So technically, there's a bunch of bullies out there. Gee, my nutty. Are you asking for sympathy, Nelson Brands? Oh, we'll get into that. Oh, my goodness, dude. All right, let's recap the world rankings. First of all, team results, United States, 148 overall points. Second place was Iran, followed by Georgia at 80. This is a blowout. Let's go down the weight classes. We all knew the United States was going to dominate, okay?
Wow.
But let's break it down by weight class. Starting at 57 kilograms, gold, Micic. Thoughts here, okay?
I can't say enough about Micic. I mean, I just can't say enough. I will say this, is I kind of made a short on the Facebook page about this, is all the times that all the wrestlers that they said, well, I'm going off, I want to win an Olympic gold. Dude, you just got fourth at the NCAAs. What? What are you thinking about? This? No, that's a level above you, dude. Like, go get a job. Seriously. I take all that back because I'm telling you, it's from here up at a certain point. Micic was always good. And mind you, what was he? Like a 3-time AA guy or something like that? I know he got second one year, but I know his last year of college he got fourth. By the way, that says something for NCAA wrestling.
Yeah.
NCAA wrestling's the real deal.
Yeah.
But anyway, remember, what was it, a month and a half, 2 months ago, Spencer said he was over in Japan. He says, I wouldn't even want to wrestle that guy. He'd tear me up right now. That guy that Miocic kind of won going away from in the finals, that Japan guy. And he is incredible. I will give him that. But I just wonder if you would have asked Spencer in that same interview, Spencer, how would you think you'd make out against Miocic? And I bet you Spencer would have said, I think I can make out all right. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
From here up. And Miocic went in thinking, you know what, I'm going to do well. And he did well.
I mean,
he did well. And that was impressive. But our guy, Zane Richards, he went 0-1. I thought he looked more hungry in the qualifying process or in like the open and the final acts. But you know what? It comes down to one day, and I could go off on a rant about our qualifying process. And you know what? Zane Richards won that spot. He deserved to be the one that's there. But on that, Gilman had one day, and we discussed this earlier. I wish they have it more than one day. I wish they have where, you wrestle once this day, you wrestle once on another day. If you want it more than one match, put a card underneath of it. Get some neat little matchups going and make a promotion out of it. Let's make some money out of this, but have it on separate days just in the event that if someone's not feeling well, we want our best wrestler there. I'm not saying that Zane Richards isn't our best wrestler. I'm just saying that there's a possibility Gilman might have been our best wrestler and wasn't feeling that well. Same as Zane Richards might have not felt his best here, and he went 0-1. You're done. See ya. You're done. Your world championship experience is over. See ya. And that's a shame. So a lot of people disagree with me there, but to me, it's more wrestling to watch, and it's a better experience as far as our qualifying to find out who our team members are going to be. And I like the thought of it's on different days. I like that thought. But 57 kilograms is going to be a war come the Olympics, the next big thing, because you got Zane Richards, you got Vito coming down, you got Fix coming down, and don't write off Fix yet, by the way. Fix is he's a major player. You got Gilman still there, and don't think Gilman isn't hungry after what happened at that one day.
Oh yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah, and then how about Spencer? Spencer watched this whole thing happen.
It has to be motivating for him.
He has to think
encouraging. He
has to think, "Daggone, I can do this. I can do this."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This cannot be discouraging.
And quite frankly, we're rooting for Spencer. Because, we got to qualify that weight, which we'll explain that towards the end. I promised one of our writers or supporters that, not supporters, one of our subscribers, that I'll explain that qualifying our weights thing. I'll do that later in the show.
Okay. Any final thoughts before we move on to 61 and talk about the aforementioned Vito?
Oh, Vito.
My goodness.
That actually, okay, I'm in the minority here too, because I'm not a big fan of freestyle, but that match is a great example. It had my head spinning as far as what kind of scoring are they got going on here? What? And I'm a wrestling fan, and I'm trying to think, I'm watching this trying to think as a casual fan. Okay, Let's give this sport a try. What? I know this isn't something easy. Like, okay, let's watch them kick a ball through a net. No, I understand. And there's an element to that, you know what? You got to be a little smarter to be a wrestling fan. You got to be able to understand the intricacies.
Intricacies. Yes. Yeah, it's very much more similar to like a or NBA referee.
Yeah, you got to be able to understand every part of wrestling and that's so I understand wrestling is you got to understand a little bit about it but daggone. Really they had this other guy in the match where really I thought Vito could have won twice as much as what he did. Yeah. But Vito is on another level. And I don't know what he's going to look like sucking down all that weight. I mean, he's got to get down to 125 and a half.
Why is he doing that, dude? He just won Worlds.
I don't know, but people remember this. They finish in March. Let's say he stays at 33, and you say, well, he'll win easy at 33. And that might be true. But let's say he's trying to get down because it's April. He's got to be down to 125.5. Actually, it's 125.6. I don't know how. I mean, you look at Vito now. Does that make a person weak? Doesn't it make a person weak?
Yeah. And what does he need to be wrestling lighter weights for?
I don't know. You'd think Vito would be able to go up to 165 and even have success.
Yeah.
But I mean, he looks big, but anyway, from everything I'm hearing, he's going down. I've been predicting that either him or Fix will end up wrestling the championships in March at 125.
How far Vito's come in just a few months? Before NCAA championships, everyone had RBY. He was a top 3 fantasy pick. Dude,
and
Vito, out of nowhere, now he's a world champ, dude. Is this Cornell coaching? They've produced Dake.
No,
they've produced Yanni.
From here up, well, and the confidence.
And now Shapiro going there.
It all clicked.
Oh, my goodness. Something's brewing in Cornell.
Oh, yeah, Cornell's the real deal. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And I tell you, that team is loaded this year. It's not a foregone conclusion.
I have some.
We'll save that
Penn
for
State
another
dynasty later in the show.
Yeah, but Vito was incredible and has been incredible for a half year now.
Yeah, he found something, man. He found something. He's
but we'll see. We'll see what goes on. I mean, do I think he can get down and win that spot at 57? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Although
he gets down there, if
he's weaker. I don't know. There's some big dogs down there.
Yeah, but there ain't no big dog like he is right now. I mean, come on.
Let me give you a great example. James Green. James Green just tore it up at 70, and he dropped down, and it was like a different wrestler. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I don't think we've ever seen Vito do this. And
I tell you this. Maybe he changes his mind after these world championships because I just don't understand what the sense is in it, what the reason would be.
Well, that's another thing that makes me mad about freestyle. This whole world wrestling, the organization that runs it, with the weight classes and the whole thing. What a joke. What a joke. How can you have this many weight classes in world championships and then reduce it to please. None of this makes sense. But anyway, it is what it is. It'll be interesting to watch. It certainly is going to make things interesting come spring.
In the future. Give us something to talk about in the future.
Yeah.
65. All right. We laid an egg.
Okay. I laid an egg. Nick Lee has nothing to hang his head about. He wrestled really well. He went 3-1. He ended the tournament by having the returning world champ on his back. And, I mean, I thought Nick Lee, him against Gomez was one of the funnest matches.
Yeah.
And you know how Gomez loves to throw. He wanted Nick to come in for an upper body throw so bad. And didn't he get Nick Lee? Don't mess with Nick Lee, upper body. You don't mess with Nick Lee, upper body. And Nick Lee put Gomez down, and
yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was sweet. But that was a fun match to watch, and still wonder about Gomez. Do you think there's any chance with the Michigan thing and well, I guess not. We haven't heard anything. We kind of theorized Gomez is going to take that Lamar spot.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. Still wouldn't surprise me to see Gomez in the Michigan lineup, but okay, I'm just But anyway, Nick went 3-1, and
Hey, did you see him after in the post-match picture, though? Looked like he just got beat up by Mike Tyson.
yeah, and I mean, a lot of times it's, and this is true about the national championships too. Where you end up in the bracket could mean a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not taking anything away from Sebastian Rivera. I'm not. He ended up getting silver. But ask yourself, who do you think wins, Nick Lee versus Sebastian Rivera? I know my answer. I know your answer. So, and Sebastian Rivera, congrats to you. What a tournament you had. I'm sorry that, all them hammers seem to be on the other side.
He did his job for America.
Going. I mean.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean.
Fortunate. All right. 70 kilograms, the Zane train. Woo!
Move this man up in the pound-for-pound world rankings. Move him up.
Well, you have to now.
Move him up because he's mature in his wrestling thinking. He's still explosive. He's everything. He's the full package. Right. He's as tough as they come. All of Pennsylvania, all of Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, all of USA is proud of Zane. I simply don't know what else to say.
We're still seeing improvement.
I wish
it's the room, right? It's got to be the room.
I'm looking for a poster to put him up on my bedroom wall. I mean, daggone Zane
with a freight train behind him.
That dude is.
I'll make you one.
Wow, I tell you,
that was cool. Yeah,
when he went up against. I was talking to Greg. We'll meet Greg next week.
All right.
On next week's podcast, we'll talk about that here.
We're bringing our international correspondent.
Yeah, but I was talking to Greg, and Greg, Zane had to wrestle.
Yazdani?
Yeah, Baby Yaz.
Baby Yaz.
Baby Yaz. I was looking for the term that Greg gave him. Baby Yaz. I think it's like a cousin of Yazdani. Okay, but he's very.
That's good info, Greg.
Very good.
Corresponding Greg.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. Going into that match, I didn't think Zane would beat him. I really didn't. Zane did more than beat him. He controlled him. He did. I was not worried anymore after the first couple of minutes. Yeah, that was impressive.
And he'd be an Olympic champion.
Well, now we're right back to the daggone weight classes, and now Zane's caught in limbo land, right in the middle. I guess he's got to suck down, and he looks enormous at 70. I don't know how he gets down, and he can't go to 74. You got half the world there at 74, Dake and everything else, Nolf and all that. And so he's got to try to suck down to 65. And at 65, you're going to have Lee, you're going to have Yanni, you're going to have Zane, you're going to maybe have James Green, and then who knows, maybe Shapiro. And don't write him off. He could be a factor.
In that Cornell room.
He could be a factor at that 65 kilogram.
Not yet. Slow down. You're getting off the rails on Shapiro. Come on, Nettie.
Okay, you're probably right. Yeah, you're right.
Not
okay. Maybe not. But I will say, I don't know. Somebody to lose that much weight, gee, my Nettie.
Yeah, I don't like that, man. I just, get more weight classes, man. More matches. What's the harm? But yeah, we gotta move on. You mentioned Dake. Dake did not look great all tournament. Ended up taking silver to Sidakov. Did you think he looked great?
I thought day one he looked bad.
A little sluggish.
Maybe weight cut is a issue with him. I don't know. And there was no doubt day one he did not look himself. And I got a lot. We could make a whole episode on Dake. Seriously, I had so many notes. And the thing is the first thing is to comment at all. It's almost a joke. It's almost a joke. I mean, here I am. I'm a Mawa place winner. So I feel like, okay, I have a right to make comments here. Middle Atlantic Wrestling Association place winner. So I'm gonna tell you what Dake needs to do here. Okay.
Well, I've seen some of these ESPN NFL correspondents, and
okay. But here's what I think about Dake. First off, he did look sluggish, not explosive, and all that in day one. I didn't think that looked so much the case against Sidakov in the finals in day two. But he looked kind of you know what? He had so much luck with this gut wrench and his head pinch and gut wrench that everybody that's wrestled him, he just used it and just scored on it to the point where it's like, come into my legs. I'll just eat you for lunch with my gut wrench, my head pinch. And that came back and burned him in that final. Because let's remember one thing. Dake is one of the best in the world when he's attacking, when he's going in for the legs. The one time he attacked at the legs with Sidakov, he scored easily. And when it was crunch time, when it was time to go, he purposely basically let Sidakov in on his legs, still thinking that, okay, I'll win again with my gut wrench. He was too in love with that gut wrench. I'm not saying you're not going to use a gut wrench when it's there, but your A game is I'm going to attack, especially when you got a leg attacks like Kyle Dake does. And you know, part of it is you're not out there competing, and he's in that room, all as good as that room is. You're only in that room wrestling them guys. When you compete more, certain things are exposed. Oh, you know what? My gut wrench didn't work against this guy over here and that guy over there. And it all of a sudden, it kind of wakes you up. I got to be prepared to leg attack because I don't want to have my gut wrench as my offense.
Well, that is a very great point, and I think it's something you can parallel to other sports where you see people get so good and reliant on a single move or a go-to move, and then you get complacent at everything else, and then all of a sudden, people do eventually catch up.
You know, Zach, this whole thing with the freestyle, them gut wrench points. Now, this happened with Snyder. And it wasn't with Dake. Dake couldn't get the gut wrench, and he ended up giving up the takedown. But with Snyder, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit, he got gut wrenched. Okay, it's so to me, it's cheap points. It's like just cheap points. To me,
not a fan of gut wrench.
No, to me, the takedowns, what you game plan as your A game takedowns should be more ankle picks, should be more duck unders, should be more throw bys, drags, sweep singles, and then hurry up and elevate with the legs.
Does seem like they require more skill.
You know, to go in there with high crotches and get real big with your chest like a Levi Haynes does. He comes right up with it. Yeah. You know, the thing is, you don't want to be in there because it's a dangerous thing. You're going to give up quick, cheap points.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to plan. I tell you, Kale and his daggone ankle pick, and I heard somebody say, well, ankle picks are, you know, they're a little harder to get. I disagree. Ankle picks are there at every match, especially if you get very good at setting them up and your timing gets good because that's what you're practicing and planning. Often said to my kids when I was coaching them, whatever your number one move is, I don't want to see that in practice today. And if I do see it, I want to see a different setup to that move. You got to be practicing to add to that move. And I don't know.
That's a good take. I like that take.
I think, first off, Dake is very smart. And Dake and
went to Cornell, yeah.
They'll make adjustments. And believe me,
Oh, absolutely.
if anything, Dake will now be an Olympic gold medalist. I
think this was good for him.
I absolutely feel confident about that.
Yeah.
And Sidakov is very good. There's no doubt about that. Can't take anything away from the guy. He's very good. Do I think Dake? Now, first off, get through day one. Somehow get that weight down earlier. Don't be looking like that because he looked sluggish.
Yeah.
He did. He just did. I don't know what you got to do there, Dake, but get where you're feeling strong day one, whatever it takes. But I don't doubt Dake wins gold.
Dake will be back. Yeah.
In Paris.
Absolutely. I think this was good for him. And we didn't need him anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. But kind of like players on my fantasy team when I know I'm winning. I almost want my good players to have bad weeks, you know?
Yep.
Because you know they bounce back. All right, moving on, 79 kilograms. It was Yuzmanov. Another one. We laid another egg here. Come on now.
Well, Chance went 1-1. And I thought Chance wrestled well. That match was another match where it left me, come on, folk style. Because I couldn't understand that match. I mean, one arm drag and two gut wrenches later, it's 6-0, 30 seconds in. Okay? So it's 6-0. Now, twice after that happens, Chance, to me, gets the takedown. But once they only give him a step out, and once they only give him a caution for fleeing. Both times he actually took the guy down. I don't know. I don't understand continuation then. Someone explain it to me. Because just because he stepped out, Chance was in the process of the takedown. To me, that's what is called continuation. Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable guy out there. Granted, I understand that. But I'm a whole lot more knowledgeable wrestling-wise than the casual fan. So how are they supposed to understand it? I understand continuation as if you're in the process of getting a takedown, the ref allows you to see, well, did he get the continuation? To me, that score should have been 6-4 at that point when it was only 6-2, but it should have been 6-4, and that changes everything. And really, it should have been 6-5 because Chance not only gets the takedown, he would have got the one for fleeing also. It would have been 6-5. And now we got a whole different bout.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's 6-2, and Chance has to wrestle completely different. It ends up 9-3. I won't delay this, but at one point I can't even explain how Chance got a point, 7-3. I don't even know where he got the point. What happened? I have no clue. It went from 7-2 to 7-3, and I cannot tell you where he got that point. I kept replaying it, trying. Okay, what was that? Did he grab a singlet? No. It wasn't a.
Things are wild in Serbia.
It wasn't a challenge. I don't know. I love freestyle because it's something, but all you freestyle lovers out there.
Okay. Overall,
I love you, but
boy, it would have been nice to have Burrows, right? Man, if we had your so-called number one team.
Everybody was saying that. I'm back to that same process. Same with Burrows. Let's have it where it's separate. To me, the more wrestling, the better. Okay, so the best of three. Let's wrestle once. Let's have another day. To me, I like the best of three. The best of three. You have the best of three.
I would go. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that would get my vote.
Let them wrestle a bunch of times.
Yeah.
We know for certain who our best wrestler is.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, the NBA's having 7-game round one series.
Burrows made a little bit of a salty post on some social media there.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, he says, how'd it go? Something like...
he would have got gold. Maybe I did see
something,
that. I never fail in the big moments or something.
Dude, Jordan, come on now. That's the problem. And I'm here.
Come on, we're gonna argue you the GOAT. You better act like the GOAT. Start acting like the GOAT.
I'm blasting Jordan, and even at my age now, I'm much more mature. When I was Jordan's age, I still was doing a whole bunch of, your knee-jerk reactions when social media is right here. Well, no, it's right here. It's right here. And you get angry. You're angry, and boom.
We'll talk about
bam.
We'll talk about the consequences of social media instant reactions a little later.
You're gonna do something stupid because it's right there. Even at my age, when I'm supposed to be old and wise now, the number of times, Zach, it's there, and then I hit backspace,
Yeah.
and then I get my sense. What are you doing? What are you doing? And it's like, so I'm not blasting Jordan, but you hate to see it because Jordan's image right now, it's golden, and you don't want to see it tarnished.
Maybe he wasn't taking a shot.
No, I mean,
but he was. All right, moving on to 86 kilograms. We got to talk about David Taylor before we dive into it. We're going to show you a quick clip of an interview with some dynamic things that David had to say. Here we go.
I saw some people saying online that you're quietly becoming one of the greatest American wrestlers of all time. Is that something you think about at all, or is it one tournament at a time?
It's one tournament at a time, but I'm a competitor. I'm competitive. I want to be the best at what I do, and I just think the fact that I've had to go through that guy every single time I've stepped out there speaks volumes, because without me, that guy's winning every single one of these for forever. We're talking about 10-time gold medalist. I hope that is part of that. But listen, the chips fall and they're done. You can remember me for whatever you want to remember me for, but I'm the most dynamic, dominant wrestler the sport's ever seen. I truly believe that. And say whatever you want to do about championships. I'm out there scoring the most amount of points I possibly can at every single level, and that's something I want to be remembered by. Thank you, guys. That's enough. Thanks, guys.
So you heard it. The most dynamic, dominant wrestler the sport has ever seen. I love it. What are your thoughts? I have some questions, but first, what are your thoughts?
Okay. I always loved the humble guy, right? I always did. And if you're going to say something, like, I like confidence.
Well, you like Carter, but yeah, okay.
I like confidence, but I like humble. But so I would have said, David, let's rephrase this. Even to rephrase it as my goal is for the fans to call me the most dynamic and dominant wrestler of all time. Just, it puts a little humble.
That
it's
certainly
not so,
would put the kale sauce on that. That would put the kale sauce, the political correctness on that, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's one thing.
Hey, let's all paint our walls gray and eat bread and drink milk, and that's just all we get, dude.
Now, wait.
Are you kidding me?
Come on.
First of all, dude, I got news for you. You know who does become the greatest? The people who start telling you that they're the greatest. And then you start thinking, and then if he continues to win, you're like, all of a sudden, dude, he's been telling us he's the greatest.
Yeah,
I mean, people are calling Conor McGregor the greatest. Is Conor McGregor really the greatest? He just kept telling us how great he was, and we're all like, well, yeah. And then he went and won. David Taylor, I love it. Now, I got a question. Actually, who are like the actual best? Who would you consider to be? Because he's not, right? He's not. He's not even in the USA.
No, he's not. He's not. Although, he's on path that he could. Now wait. The greatest, he didn't say the greatest of all time. He said the
most dynamic, dominant.
And dominant.
Well, dominant. If you're the most dominant of all time, I would.
Let's face it. He had 3 falls and 2 techs the whole way through this tournament. Now, how often do you see that from a wrestler? So, can I say this is untrue? I don't know. I've been too busy studying, reading up on companies, trying to get this whole job thing situated for me to go back in history and find out, okay, who had a more dominant world championships than David Taylor just had. 3 falls, 2 techs.
Okay. How good was that competition, though? Because
I've heard that. Come on. I'm not buying that a whole lot either.
You're not buying that?
Not a whole lot. Although I will say this, one of
Sadulaev?
David's closest match he's had is Brooks. And
Who also didn't make the cut here
I mean, he had
for our world team. We're gonna put what we would think. We should put what we would think our best world team would be together here, if we had those multiple day matches. Right? Because Brooks.
I'm not going to say 86 is the strongest weight, but I mean any weight at the World Championships. You can't come at me like it's a weak weight class. It's kind of like making the argument that there's a weak weight class at the NCAA championships. Weaker.
There are some years though.
Weaker. Yeah. But weak? I can't buy weak.
Well, I've heard you make the argument Spencer had weak weight classes years he won gold. Come on now. You can't play both sides. What? Weak now. Okay. That's how you're going now. Okay. Weaker. So, you want to go by that?
Okay, someone on 125 weight pounds. Come on now. Dang on.
I'll say, David, I like what he said. I wish he would have said it a little more aggressively. Like a little more cocky. Like Carter.
Like Ali.
Like Carter would have said it.
Or McGregor. Or
Also, if you listen to the full interview, just really, actually, great guy. You know, does it, set example for his daughters and credits his teammates and Kale with everything. So he's a great guy, man. He's trying to sauce it up, spice it up a little bit.
As far as the
He needs
truth
to
of
practice
it,
that more than he needs to practice wrestling.
I mean, the actual truth of the statement. I mean, I know we only got to see Gable for a short time, but he was dominant. And same with John Smith. John Smith was dominant while he was there.
Well, if we're gonna break down how we're gonna,
but in all credit, it's just like. I don't know. I mean, he could have just said something that, to me, I don't know. It just.
What are your United States rankings? Give me your top 3 to 5, something.
To me, John Smith with 2 Olympic gold and 4 World Championship gold.
Okay.
Is
tough to argue with that.
Is number 1. That's mine. Now, number 2, I'm going Burroughs. He's got 1 Olympic gold and 6 World Championship gold. Okay. And then he's got 3 bronze World Championship. Mm-hmm. Now, you say, well, that beats, he's got 1 extra medal than Smith. Well, the fact that John Smith has nothing but gold kind of makes an impact on me.
Yeah, well, it's the Michael Jordan versus LeBron argument.
Yeah.
Jordan 6 for 6.
Yeah.
John Smith 6 for 6.
Yeah, I mean, and you can flip flop them too,
wow,
and I'm not gonna.
John Smith.
I'm not gonna die on that hill.
Burroughs is LeBron.
Yeah. Kyle Snyder's my number 3. He's got 1 Olympic gold, 1 Olympic silver. He's got 3 World Championship gold. He's got 2 World Championship silver. He's got 2 World Championship bronze. So he's got a whole load of medals. And then I got David 4 and Dake with 1 Olympic bronze, 4 World Championship gold, and 1 World Championship silver as my 5. That's my top 5. And I didn't even bring in Bruce Bumgardner. Maybe, you know what? That's not my top 5. Bruce definitely fits above some of them. Probably at 3 or 4. Bruce probably sits at 3 or 4. I could find out right now, but that's move on.
All right, move on. Very interesting, David Taylor, though. I love it. You hate it.
Not hate it. I like it for the sport. As an old guy, I would hate it, but I now understand. I'll take it. Whatever brings.
Let's go.
We got to bring the fans in.
Bring them in.
Bring it in. And David, if you want to go ahead, go ahead. I personally don't like it, or I tweak it up a little bit. Get with some colorful people, and twist that around a little bit. Make it
funny.
Yes, funny.
Yeah, funny.
That's it.
Yeah,
Funny.
there you go.
Direct it at the
That's how
Iranian people.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah, direct it at the Iranian people and make it funny. Get America behind you instead of half America, us old farts. Oh, that guy's not humble no more. David's not humble no more. I don't like David.
Okay, I like your take there. But all right, okay. 92 kilograms. Valencia, decent performance. Getting okay.
Yes.
We mentioned no Brooks though.
Yes.
Thoughts on Valencia?
Yes. Valencia is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's. You know, the one thing I found out from watching Valencia, so much for all this talk about what smoking doobies hold you back. Smoking doobies apparently don't hold you back that much. I'm just kidding, Valencia.
I wonder how that hair don't affect his vision on the mat.
Smoking doobies. Just to give you guys, I think he got kicked out of college or something. He's smoking doobies.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't know. I think
nowadays
so.
they're probably all smoking doobies. They're probably all smoking doobies.
Look, that was sad that he had to throw away his senior. But look, he's back. He's running a straight line now.
Running a straight line
now, and he looked good. I came away like this. Two things. First off, I'd love to see Brooks against Yazdani. I would love to see that match. Yeah. A, and B. Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. What a performance they had. Overall, they went 23-4. Their men went 20-3. They ended up with 2 gold, 1 silver, and I want to say 3 bronze, but it was only 2 bronze. I want to say 3 because actually it would have been Snyder bronze, Jennifer Page Rogers bronze, and Aaron Brooks bronze. That's right, because I'm still upset about that whole back to our qualifying procedures again. That has a stench. But
maybe we
happy for you, Valencia. Happy for you, Valencia. The fact that Brooks spanked you back a couple months back. I'll try to forget that while we're celebrating here. But no, seriously, good job for the USA. But come on, let's make USA Wrestling. Let's make some adjustments here.
Yeah,
we can't have that happen.
Yeah.
But
strong showing though.
Yeah,
Valencia, strong showing. Any final thoughts there before we move on to Upset Central here? 97 kilograms. We had Upset Central. Kyle Snyder and Magmadov. What? Who is this Taz kid?
Oh,
and where did he come from?
He's talk about an up and coming dog.
Yeah.
Wow is all I can say. But don't write off Kyle Snyder. I personally think Kyle is primed to be the best in the world right now. But again, back to that gut wrench, cheapo, and even the shots that he made where he ends up giving the 4-point gut wrench that Taz hit on him. And before you knew it, the match was over. Tech. You lost, Kyle. You're Tech. He got gut wrenched, and it was cheap points. And it was like one of them freestyle matches where I'm left thinking, can we actually now have a real match to find out who the real best wrestler here is? Because that was cheapo. That's what I felt like. But, I mean, I have confidence that room will make adjustments. Kyle Snyder's no dummy.
Oh man, look out for this Taz kid. It might be a whole different level now.
He may come back.
Different. This kid's only going to get better.
Yeah,
you know that.
He may. Well, that guy took recent losses. It's not like he's been destroying the world leading up to these world championships. It's not like he's been on this incredible run. But okay, he beat Snyder with these gut wrenches, and then he gets
Magmadov.
Sadulaev. He gets him. He had a broken back or neck or something. It was spinal.
Spinal, yeah.
Spinal. But no, really, hats off to him.
What could end his career, right?
Well, he was seriously hurt, and he was out there
Surgery
wrestling.
was a success.
Yes. So thank
Still
goodness.
could end his career, though.
And by the way,
Best wishes.
he has to be favored to win the Olympics.
Yeah.
Now that he's fixed. If he's fixed.
If his career isn't over.
True. So we'll find out about that. But anyway, and that Taz is going to be a factor. But I still think well, I don't want to say I put my money on Snyder because I don't want to give Iowa any ideas there. I like Snyder. I like Snyder in Paris. I just do. I'm just joking.
All
Just
right.
joking, Iowa.
You like Snyder in Paris? Okay.
Yeah, I like Snyder in Paris. I think he'll get it done. Them three that's some drama.
Yeah, it is.
Unfold.
Well, that's something to look forward to. That's a weight class to look forward to. And finally, 125 kilograms. Paris? You had to be proud of Paris.
Yes.
Had to be proud of him.
Yes, absolutely. You know, between Mason and Jennifer Page Rogers, I'm not sure I totally understand the Askren's view about headlocks and firemen's carries because, Paige Rogers hits a headlock and wins a big match over her Japan opponent, and that was a kind of an upset if I'm correct there. And Mason's little dump there, it's kind of like, it's almost like a fireman's carry, but it's kind of like a dump. He's been having success with that.
Yeah.
And if you ask me, I like the headlock in freestyle. I'd be teaching headlock in freestyle. That'd be one of my main takedowns in freestyle.
Yeah.
If you miss the headlock, they call it a slip. And no points. Get back up. Go try it again. I'd be trying the headlock over and over and over. Up, he slipped again. You missed the headlock. What if you actually caught it one of them times and there's 4, maybe pinned them, and if you miss, up, he slipped. No points. Back up, both of you. I don't understand that whole. I like a style where this guy is in control. I kind of like where it's almost like a fight.
Yeah.
Who's controlling this right here? And I don't know. I'd like it. I'm done with my little rant there. But, yeah, I can't say enough about Mason, man. It makes me wonder, what Gable was thinking while this was all going on.
Yeah.
And
regretting it.
Yeah. And I was left thinking, in the end, the gold medalist, Zari, something like that from Iran, would Stevenson actually been able to beat him? I don't know. See, that's the kind of questions, Gable, you left us all thinking because
We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Not in 2023 who was better.
At least to come on and they kind of explain. That's the part I won't get off on that rant.
Yeah, we had a whole episode.
Final U.S. medal count: 3 gold, 1 silver, 3 bronze. The women went 1 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze. Amit Elor gets another gold.
Unbelievable.
And one of our subscribers wrote in and said that he'd never seen her. He's been watching for her a while and has never seen her take a shot. And come to think of it, I've never seen her take a shot. Now, she's incredibly strong. I don't know if she grew up on a farm. I don't know what's going on there. She is incredibly strong. And she's got so many gold medals, world championships. She's got 2 now at the senior level, but she's got so many at all the different levels. And her record right now is, I joked and said she may end up being the most successful U.S. wrestler of all time.
She might be the GOAT.
I can't call her a GOAT if I've never seen the woman take a shot. You have to take a shot at some point, Amit. Show me you can shoot.
It's like trying to find a picture of Michelle Obama pregnant. You can't find it, right? I don't think you can find one.
I don't even want to.
Is that a conspiracy thing? I don't
know what.
I don't know. Maybe there's one of our subscribers will find it.
All right, we got two.
We gotta move on. We mentioned Iowa. Our weekly Iowa update. Ben Kueter, is he gonna play football? Doesn't look like he is. Does he even want to? The way Penn State's putting a whooping on Iowa in wrestling and now in football.
Yeah, I want to.
31-0 last week.
I want to ask our listeners, what is Ben doing right now? Because I don't know anything about this. Is Ben like second string, third string? Is he coming in and playing? Does he get some snaps? Like, what's the status with Ben Kueter right now? And what position? Is he linebacker, defense? Is he tight end, offense? I don't know what's going on. I know right now, is he tight end?
On offense, he is, yeah.
Because wasn't it 2 weeks ago that one of the football coaches kind of let it out of the bag that he's planning on wrestling full time, and that kind of let it out of the bag that Cassiope is involved in the gambling.
Well,
thing.
yeah,
I thought it was
I think you're probably right on that.
I thought it was the linebackers coach, or maybe it was the tight ends coach. I don't know, but it kind of let it out of the bag that Cassiope. But we all knew that. That's not really news.
It's an Iowa in-house decision for the betterment of the university after they watched their football team not look good.
I'll be honest, Zach. I kind of expected Kueter to, like, I know that was an ugly game. I've not seen many football games like that. And then for the Iowa State to honor all the wrestlers in front of Iowa.
Ooh, what a slap in the face. I didn't think about that, but that is insulting.
Wow. Talk about
that's unbelievable.
Beating a dog when he's down. But,
yeah.
But then I really thought that I'd be seeing Kueter. Let's see this Kueter play. But I could not see Kueter. I don't know.
And I thought he was tight end because Iowa produces NFL tight ends. We know that. They're a tight end workshop out there. But I mean, if you bet that game, I mean, I bet you bet the under if you were in Iowa, right? According to Nelson Brand's comments recently or since been deleted. I'll go through these quick, and I'll tell you my thoughts on some of these comments specifically. Began in September 2022. DraftKings gave a $200 new member if he put $5 on an NFL game. Now, daggone it, dude, that is a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. You're a college kid, you're broke. Yeah, okay, no brainer. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Deposited $195 over a span of 5 months and cashed out $405. Compared to America, he's a pretty decent gambler. Now, bet on NFL, MLB, college football, Iowa football 6 times. Wait, what? Am I reading a comment that Nelson Brands actually wrote? Yes. And then I never once bet on my own sport or my own team. Okay, but Iowa.
Wow.
And then hang on, one final one here. Signed a waiver and had information meeting NCAA compliance, although it's true we missed the meeting and had no clue. Okay, hold on a second. I got an idea. Go tell your job after you break a policy. Listen, I wasn't even in that meeting, and I didn't read that document. Oh, you didn't read it? Oh, you're off the hook. Oh, yeah, it's okay. No, guess what, Nelson? That ain't how it works. I mean,
there's so many angles to this.
I mean, big yikes on. You put in parentheses Iowa football 6 times.
Oh my!
And didn't he say here? Oh yeah, all I saw on social media was the bet the under on Iowa football, and then they go and score 0 points. Big yikes, dude. Big yikes. Dude.
You talking about a slap to the face. I wonder how Iowa's offense is feeling about the wrestling team right now. Ooh. Ouch.
Ooh, I wonder how that university is feeling overall. I mean, what was my first thought was, okay, dude, he's a young kid. I mean, he's going on with emotions. I mean, his emotions are flying high. I feel bad for the kid, but what was his goal of posting this? To me, it's only one answer, right? One word. Sympathy.
Yes.
I mean, he's looking for sympathy. He's hurting. He's got to be hurting. Crushed. His soul's crushed. His entire life is what he does. He works for his entire life. He put $200 on.
We were talking about.
He made $200. It's over.
We were talking about Burroughs and the bad parts of social media and having it right there at your hands. There was a classic example. And, you know, you weren't thinking at that moment, but daggone, he had to take it, somebody finally talk some sense to him, and he hurry up and got it down, but by then
it's over. In today's world, it's over, man.
Yep, it's over.
It's over.
And in an effort to save the coaches and all that, and because remember, the coaches are responsible for pointing out and making sure, emphasizing to that team, you're not allowed to gamble.
Yeah.
That's make sure we understand
overall,
that.
Yeah. Ultimately, if you're the CEO of the company, if you're the general manager, and everything and anything that happens under you, ultimately you are. If you're the coach, responsible in some ways. Maybe it was sympathy and also looking out for his pops and uncle. Speaking of Terry, what's he doing now? He applied for UNC, right? Is he looking out?
Well,
Rome is burning.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. The thing is the part that
rumor.
It didn't register to Nelson that, like he even brings up the fact that he bet on Iowa football.
Yeah.
The fact that he mentioned the under, that's an insult to my fellow. But it's almost like he doesn't even get that that's an absolute no-no and why that's a no-no. I mean, he could be best friends with the quarterback. They could be could be up by 2 scores with
that's why that
2 minutes to go. And the quarterback, knowing his best friend, bet the under.
Well, he was going to make $27.50.
Yeah, whatever.
That night.
He doesn't know. He knows.
Yeah.
His good buddy mentioned, I bet the under for you guys. Don't go nuts out there today, good buddy. You know, and he overthrows as they're on the 10-yard line with 2 minutes to go. He overthrows right at the end. I'm just saying.
Well, we're sure that's not what happened, but yes, to your point, that's why
the
he got suspended.
Yeah, the NCAA lays the law down. You
whether
can't.
It's $20, it could be $20,000. And,
yes.
And yeah.
And
then
it blows my mind
the quarterback off
that while Nelson was making that
a slippery
post,
slope.
that didn't register to him. Oh, this is a dumb post to make. This is a dumb post to make.
Well, you know he regrets it in a big way. I mean, I feel for him, man. And I think my last question, what's next for Nelson Brands? I'm afraid this affects not only his wrestling career in the future, but any future of coaching, right? This is just I think it's a black eye on his resume. It's a black eye on Iowa. It's bad for the sport. It's bad overall.
The one thing,
Rome is burning.
Yeah, the one thing I think everybody agrees with is the punishment's too big for the crime. Yeah,
I do agree with that.
Yeah, come on. But and that part, I think we all actually do feel bad for you, Nelson. So no, you shouldn't have to lose a whole year over that. We agree.
Yes, let's put levels to it. You can't get suspended for the year for a seatbelt violation.
Yeah.
Okay, but speaking of Rome is burning, lightning round. I got one question. We'll bring that to the bottom. I got one because we're on Rome.
Okay.
Okay. One lightning round question this
all
week,
right,
folks. All right, this is a long question and detailed. Put some thought into this.
Okay.
So I want you to listen closely. We all know Colorado, University of Colorado, and Deion Sanders. Okay.
Yes.
And been listening a lot lately on how quickly they have become good in 1 year due to nothing but NIL money, okay? So, with that being said, we're seeing how quickly college football, the whole sport's changing. It's done. It's changed.
Yeah.
So, wrestling will change in the future. And schools will eventually they're going to have to pay money to get good wrestlers. it's not there yet in wrestling because football's moving faster. It's going to be there eventually. This is how it all works. Now, assuming that Cael Sanderson and Penn State are not currently paying wrestlers, and I think that's fair to assume. I think that it's also fair to assume that they will need in the future to pay wrestlers to continue the current success that they have. My question is, do you think Cael Sanderson will eventually cave in to the momentum of the sport or continue his success, or to continue his success, or is Cael going to get stuck in his ways and we're witnessing the beginning of the end of the Penn State dynasty? We saw it with the great Coach K, so don't tell me it can't happen. Coach K didn't adapt to the three-point shot or to the one-and-done recruiting initially. Duke fell off the map. Coach K had to change. He did real quick once they started losing. Is Cael going to do that in the future? I'm predicting it.
Okay. I don't know. But I'll say this. Actually, probably Greg, who's coming in next week, will actually be able to help answer this.
Okay.
But I think the whole question's wrong. I think Cael's not stopping the wrestlers getting NIL money at all. In fact, I think if you went and asked Cael personally, he was delighted when the athletic director changed because the athletic director was more pro NIL. Now, I don't know any of that for a fact, but that's the talk and the rumor around a lot of Penn State people that the new athletic director was more pro NIL. Now, I think Cael is very careful about people getting paid specifically to attend there because that opens the door to all the sharks coming, the NCAA sharks or whatever, the police sharks coming, and finally we can take down a dynasty. And I think Cael's no fool. But as far as them getting money, I think they probably are all getting NIL money.
I think they are.
And I don't think Cael's stopping that at all. And they should get money for all the work they put in. So I think the question is wrong. And I don't think he needs to adapt. I think everyone needs to adapt to what he's doing. And I think that's quite obvious.
Okay. Hang on. So Cael, Cael will eventually be a sheep and change. All right. Moving on. That was it. What you got? PJ Duke tonight. Fashionmania 7:30.
7:30. Actually, in 4 minutes, PJ Duke's going to. You know what? By the time we're done, we might be able to even announce here.
Come back on, maybe.
We're hearing it's going to be Penn State.
After we finish, we always hang out for a couple minutes. We'll see. If we got to come back on and make a quick update and not clip it in, we do it.
He's going to be somewhere around 149, 157.
He's going to Penn State, though, right?
Penn State. PJ Duke's a big dog.
He's going to Penn State.
He's big dog.
Why don't we break it right now? No.
Yeah, he's going to Penn State.
If
Minio says he's going to Penn State, he's going to Penn State. Minio's been on a right run here late.
Yeah, he is. Maybe he's getting better info than we know.
Okay, going.
Yeah, obviously he does.
Pat Minio. Who would have thought? Pat Minio.
Adam Schefter Minio out there, dude.
Hey, God.
Hang on. All right, let's move on. You want to give Carrie or do you want to go on comments review?
Yeah, I promised Carrie, one of our subscribers, she asked that explain the qualifying the weight and what that means. Each country, you don't automatically get, you have 6 weights for the Olympics that each weight has to actually be qualified in. Like the U.S. don't get all 6 weights
you don't get
automatic.
6 automatic qualifiers.
Yeah. You have to earn all 6 of them individually. Like, for instance, U.S. through the World Championships earned 4 of the 6. We got medals in 4 of the 6. So they're in. They're qualified. Now, that was one of the ways of qualifying. Another way of qualifying is the finalist of the 4 continental tournaments. For us, it's the Pan Ams. So we need to, at 57 kilograms and 65 kilograms, we need to go down to the Pan Ams and we need to get in the finals at them 2 weights and just rock and roll down there. That's what we need to do, and then we're in. And then if we wouldn't do that, then we got the last one in May of 2024 is the finalist and the winner of the wrestle-off of the bronze medalist from the 3 Olympic qualifiers. Like I said, I hope I did an okay job.
I very, very clear. Well done.
Yeah, and that's
well done.
Yeah,
well done.
And thank you, Carrie,
and your
for
pronunciation this episode, I must say.
Well, I purposely didn't say any names.
Oh, let's get in the comments review. Hey-oh. First and foremost, Jay Wynn. I like to change up from flow. However, you guys have to start pronouncing. I said that wrong. It's almost like I was purposely pronouncing names correctly. It's getting out of hand, and it's frankly disrespectful, dude.
Oh,
also,
my
Mark Anthony
goodness.
McGowan cannot red shirt. Ivy
is
League
that?
school doesn't have red shirts. That should be basic knowledge for a wrestling fan. Other than that, other than you're terrible and disrespectful, you don't know nothing and you're disrespectful. Other than that, it's a great show. That sounds like you. That sounds like you when you say, what do you always say?
Jay Wynn, first off, thank you for the compliment. Okay. Well, okay. As far as the disrespecting part, let's get one thing straight here. Okay, we're both putting money in to him a whole lot more than me. Putting money into putting on a show to promote the sport of wrestling. So, okay, we mess up names. We admit we mess up names, and we are we improving any, Zach? Not really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but anyway,
I'm angry, dude. I just found out, dude, you just purposely not saying names. You let this bully you around. Never again, dude.
Anyway, we put money into something just to promote the sport. Is that disrespecting? Is that really disrespecting? Now, you could say a guy that's really knowledgeable in the sport of wrestling, like you kind of do sound knowledgeable there. And by the way, we never said we're the most knowledgeable people out there in the world. I mean, I know a little bit. I'll claim passion. I can match people in passion, not necessarily in knowledge, but I'm right there in passion. But
Oh, you're top 10%. You're probably getting an A.
If a guy like you have the knowledge that you have, maybe you do a lot in wrestling. I don't know. But if you don't do anything like podcast or coach or something, then
you do something?
Who
Do something.
Who is disrespecting?
Jay Wynn, you big bully.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
All right, we got to move on. Eddie Bernal, DC. Daniel Cormier was on a plane after last week's card in Australia and wasn't even able to record his DC and RC show. So is that what's going on? DC meeting with Dana to go over wrestling integration, and he replies to this. Any deets? We talked about that a couple weeks ago. No further information on that, but I mean they sneak peeked it, and you know that UFC is always looking to grow and expand. I guarantee that happens eventually. Drama King, a couple comments. Drama, we appreciate all your comments every week. He says, Hendrickson
Absolutely.
showing signs of greatness, which makes me wonder why Brands hasn't sent a secret NIL recruiters to his house. He would not go to Iowa. Wyatt Hendrickson would not fit in Iowa. Get out of here. Also, I agree with the old coach about Kirk's trajectory. He seemed to wrestle with zero emotion, gas out, and pretty much give up against Paris last year. No fire, no heart. Wow. Okay, we talked a little bit about Kirk. There is some concern going in next season with Kirk for sure. Chris Rockwell. First, I got to say, you got to go Noto 1, have to go with the local LHU. Secondly, I get bringing out stats, but all it does is say what you have done, not what you're going to do. Your son's first state title, he beat a tough field. He won at the end. Why Hart is where it's at, first of all.
Mičić.
Let me tell you about that funky donkey state championship.
There's a verb we can use now.
Dookie state championship that I've been hearing about all my life out of Corey. He's upset. Oh, he brings a one thing time never happened in the world. And, see, it can happen. That's like saying a 16 seed's going to win the NCAA brackets. But Maverick Starkey, thanks for the shout out. Enjoyed the Too Soon rankings. Ready for the season to get started. Would be cool if you guys would think of the results of a dual tourney would be. Maybe 16-team bracket just for kicks.
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing.
Get bored.
One thing I'm going to bring up right now.
What? Bring it up.
Better get that ball rolling on the old fantasy.
We are getting BG fantasy, folks. Yeah, more to come. In fact, I'll have some more info on that next week. Let me write that down.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
we're like 45 days away.
40. Yeah. Panero Johnson and caught up in gambling issue. What? By PJP? DJP? Is he?
Yeah, that was the one that we knew got from Iowa State.
Right. I forgot about that. Tyler Zittle says, that Ty Zittle guy sounds cool. A loser. Maverick Starkey would love to see a BG produced event. You guys should try some color commentary on some duels this year. Oh, well, yeah.
Dude, I had speech classes. I'm not, actually, that would be fun.
I'm getting you to do it. We're doing it.
That would be
coming this year.
Actually, when I'm fired up, I don't care if I
bought the technology. I just got to figure it out now. EJ Newton, the officials had a meeting and told everyone how they were going to call that ankle rule. The 5 count comes when you grab it with your hand, the way they called it at the World Championships is the way it's going to be called.
Well, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I now that's what my take is as the actual thing. You have to be grabbing it by the hand. Okay. All right.
Mike Pistachio.
That means Penn State can sit on it like RBY did all the time. He just sat on it.
No, you're probably rooting for that. No, Mike PTA Shaninsky, proud subscriber, loves the podcast. How about giving a T-shirt each week to the person who can guess the number of two-handed finger pops that Wayne gives?
What is he talking about?
Is that what he's talking about?
I don't know. Maybe it's a little of this, maybe a little of that. I don't know.
Hey, Askren, I forget. You'll see who's commented. I cut it off. Askren said on Flow the other day, he said he would strongly consider the Wisconsin job if offered it, and Kale needs some competition.
I hope that don't come true.
Would he be the Deion Sanders of college wrestling?
With his club and all the people that go there and all that. Whoa, Ben. That's just...
Wow, I kind of like that.
A good thing going there.
Okay.
Whoa.
He would be the Deion Sanders of college wrestling. Let's go, Ben.
Whoa.
Let's go. Plus, what a shot that would be to Flows. Yeah. That's our competition.
Well, for the good of
we should start hiring.
I would.
Well, that's what big all media. They just hire the competition. Fox steals ESPN people. We got our own lineup. Wait till next week, folks. Greg coming on the show. Our correspondent,
Pompey. Zach running over there. Pompey. That's why we didn't have a podcast last week.
I'm lucky I survived, folks. I almost died in the middle of Naples Airport on the floor. It's a long story, but Kelly was 911 bringing me water. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, folks. And that was our best show ever. I'm absolutely sure of it.
You mean every time I'm seeing where these white people were laying...
I was almost... But we're back. And we're getting better. And next week we're even better. Our correspondent. Anything else?
Just welcome back, Zach.
I think I slammed the table more today than...
And welcome to you guys.
Fired up being back in America, baby.
Yeah. All right.
Can't wait. Let's go. Wrestling in like
45 days away.
Let's go, baby. This is BG Wrestling.
Attention realtors.
Remember 2021 when home sales were flying off the market like hotcakes? Newsflash, it is not 2021 anymore, but that doesn't mean that your business has to be affected. So the industry is constantly evolving, and we all know the importance of adapting with the market to stay relevant in the midst of it all. According to the National Association of Realtors, 53% of responders predicted that social media will be the most used technology in the next 12 months, second to only e-signatures. So if you haven't already, it is time to start taking video content seriously. Let's set yourself apart from the competition. Here at Beaver Enterprise Group, we are committed to elevating your real estate business by building a partnership that shows results that you can trust. Personalizing your real estate marketing to reflect who you are and your goals to get your clients what they deserve. So much more than standard marketing. We make it personal for your brand and your customers. You name it, we offer all of your real estate essentials. From photography to property videos, agent spotlight shorts, and social media reels. Take your brand to the next level with our customized ads tailored to your target market. So whether you have a team, you're a part-time agent looking to go full-time, or a full-time agent looking to go into the next tax bracket, we're here to help you make that happen. Stop living in the past and let's prepare for your future. The best time to start is now. I'm Zach, and I look forward to hearing from you.